welcome
Hello.
back to the channel. We have a new background.
This is my gaff.
Yeah, we're in Leicester,
Yeah,
in Ewan's house.
we're chilling on that, yeah.
And we've decided to hop on the channel. There's big theme park news again for the UK.
Thorpe Park Resort.
Ghost Train. Derren Brown is no more. Neither is his really bad VR. It's gone.
He basically, what we've established is Derren Brown makes dead out ghost trains. He's not good at it. Derren Brown don't make ghost trains, bro. Because they are dead, man.
But yeah, no, it's being rebranded to just Ghost Train, brand new story, brand new effects, and according to Thorpe Park, there's going to be live actors throughout. At first, loads of people thought it would be kind of scare maze
They're trying
based,
to be like dungeons, innit?
but they announced it would be more like a dungeon-led experience.
Which,
so I'm quite excited for.
I like the idea of it, but I don't want to be in there for like an hour.
Yeah, no, I think it's still about 16 minutes. They said it's still one of the longest.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Whether it's re-rideable or not, we're gonna have to see that, because it's definitely gonna be like a good addition. It's gonna be better than DBGT.
Yeah,
They have to really mess it up for it to be worse than Derren.
Just like off the back of the announcement, I think it's gonna be a huge improvement on what was Derren Browns Ghost Train.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it's going to be a brand new storyline, so it's going to be completely independent to that park again. Again, the same thing with Jewel. They're going back to their roots, and instead of thinking of IPs and names to put on stuff, they're actually coming up with the ideas within their own.
Is it them coming up with an idea? Well, it definitely is. It's not an IP, but like, is it you kind of debate whether it's going to be like DBGT just without Derren Brown?
Yeah.
And without the...
But no, from what they said, it's got no relation to Derren Brown.
It sounds different.
It sounds brand new.
As long as it is, I'm very skeptical, but also I'm very intrigued. Like,
also, with all the other events going on throughout the season, I hope the number of actors inside will continue.
Stay, yeah. They've got actors leaving it for...
It's like Derren was so good when it had actors. Then there was a couple of seasons where they didn't have actors, and then actors came back, but occasionally you'd still get dead spots without an actor where an actor should be. So hopefully that's gonna change. That's gonna keep going.
I didn't ride Derren since 2018, and it was absolutely like
I rode it
poor.
in March last year, opening weekend, and yeah, it wasn't great. Whenever our friend Ashley went on it, her VR always seemed to be broken. So like,
it's outrageous. You can't have a VR ride and then have half the headsets broken. And it didn't really seem like Thorpe were doing anything about it either.
Yeah,
whether they were and they just couldn't fix it, I don't know. But like,
very temperamental. It's like again, Alton Towers seem to have sacked off VR with Galactica for the same kind of reasons.
Well, it's just a trend, isn't it? It's just like, it's tacky. It's like it's a fad. Also, you kind of compare it to Subterra in the way that Subterra didn't fail. Subterra failed at first, but then improved. Yeah. And then they got rid of it because of the Smiler crash, obviously. But like,
yeah, of course.
This feels like it's just an outright failure. Like, Thorpe is getting popular again, and like, you've got the whole thing with like time tickets.
Yeah, that's also
you still end
something
up queuing.
They've posted. People have obviously asked if for the new Ghost Train it's just going to be a queue, or if you're going to need time tickets. They're still yet to announce it, so that element may not be taken away.
I have a feeling if it's going to be the dungeons, like it's going to be time tickets, because how are they going to do?
Yeah, it's a bit complicated. They also were yet to announce the height restriction and if there was an age restriction, but I know a few people have noticed on the app that they've put the minimum height as 1.4 again and the age rating as 13.
So it's a scary one. It's going to be scarier than the dungeons, basically. From that
it is going to be scary.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited. I have quite high hopes for it, but I don't want to get too excited for it and be let down.
I'm going to be honest, I'm way more excited for the updated Jewel. I think that's way more interesting.
Yeah, I think it might be a nice surprise.
I'm confident that it will be better than DBGT, and I am going to do it again. Yeah. But there's so much stuff happening in the UK for me to get really, really gassed about this, and like...
Yes, obviously following off our last video, we mentioned that Pleasurewood Hills is celebrating its 40th anniversary this year.
I don't even know about this still.
And they've recently announced one of their attractions have been refurbished and it's reopening as like a safari tour kind of like jeep ride, very similar to Jungle Rangers at Chesington. So I'm really excited to have a go on that. It's aimed at kids, but you know, big kids.
You know what you're like, you just love all the kids rides, but
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, didn't know a thing about that until you've just said it. So.
It looks really nice, like all the branding for it looks nice, and Pleasurewood Hills is owned by the Looping Group, which is obviously putting a lot of money into Drayton at the moment and West Midlands Safari Park, and it's high time that Pleasurewood Hills had a little bit of TLC, as it's a great park, but they've missed out on a lot of investments.
You have a feeling they'd get a coaster like pretty.
It
can't be much longer for a new coaster there.
But yeah, there's a couple of other rides there that are being refurbished and reopening under as like a new rebranded ride, but they're yet to announce them. But as soon as they do, we'll share our thoughts with you.
Yeah.
Another theme park news. Again, another park is celebrating their 40th anniversary.
Is it?
Paultons Park.
Well, honestly, I don't even know half of these things. Yeah.
And they're opening an owl trail.
Yeah. What? There's real owls or?
I don't know, but their mascot was an owl, so I'm hoping there's real owls.
I like Ernie, innit?
I love Ernie. We want to go back to Warwick and see Ernie.
Big Ernie from Warwick.
We love Ernie.
What a man.
But yeah, that's kind of all the UK news again brought up today.
Just a little quick one, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm excited to see Paultons during its 40th anniversary. I'm sure they've got a lot more exciting stuff to announce throughout the year. And when we go to the park later on in the year, of course, we will go and check out the Owl Trail and everything else that amazing park has to offer. Obviously, we're going to be covering Pleasurewood Hills in the very near future, like in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
So it will be exciting to see all the
It'll be an interesting one, definitely.
And Ewan's never been to the park before, so it'll be a nice day.
Never done it.
So that's it, just a short and sweet video to cover some of the newer theme park news and give our thoughts on it, especially Ghost Train at Thorpe Park, because that's like the big one at the moment.
That's the big one that's just come out, yeah. We're always like, whoa.
It literally came out like a day after we filmed the other video, and we were like, we should talk about it.
This is mad. Like every theme park in the UK, basically every theme park major who didn't have something last year is getting something big this year.
Yeah, obviously, again at Pleasure Beach, it's their biggest.
Apart from Pleasure Beach.
Yeah, it's their biggest big one retrack section to date
Dipper
for this year
as well.
Dipper's celebrating 100 years, so they've redone like the onion or whatever you want to call it.
Nice one.
Well, loads of people call it the onion. Is that what it is? That's what they call it.
It's just a big feature, isn't it? It's like
so that's getting redone. No, seriously, people call it the onion. Someone calls it a teardrop. Someone calls it a midget gem. It's many names. So what do you call the Big Dipper feature? Do you call it the feature or do you call it the onion?
I call it the big blue thing.
I mean, it does look like a teardrop. I like it. I really like it. So we'll be there to see all of that, see Big One's latest retrack, and like we mentioned before, Valhalla 2.0. Short and sweet. We hope you enjoy that. Let us know your thoughts on the new Ghost Train coming to Thorpe Park, whether you think it's going to live up to everyone's expectations, whether you think it's going to be better than Derren Brown. And then from Mr. B it is
in a bit my slides.
And from me is see you in the next video.